Okay, mommy. So today we're going to be talking about the DTR talk.
Okay.
So DTR means defining the relationship. In this day and time where we hear a lot of people saying things like using making statements like Lord of the Rings and Queen of the Rings,
Yes.
which refers to a situation where maybe you're dating a guy and he gives you a ring and you've been waiting for the actual ceremony or to meet his family and it's going from 1 year to 5 years, or in a situation where you're seeing somebody, you think you're seeing somebody, but the person doesn't think the same thing, and so it's like you're dating yourself, but you're in a relationship with somebody. And so
it's okay.
people
Lord
now
of the Rings is the one
where they
you
engage
you have an engagement
so
ring.
it starts like this. The person doesn't want to say anything, and then you're forced to talk to the person about defining the relationship. And just because maybe the person has spent a lot of time with you and the person doesn't want you to feel bad, he gives you a ring. Okay, you want us to define the relationship, Abby? Get engaged. And then the engagement is taking 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. I mean, you become Lord of the Rings and you haven't met his family.
I love that.
He hasn't paid your bride price, but two of you are cohabiting or something. So, what do you have to say about that? And at what point do you think it's necessary if you're seeing someone to ask or to have that conversation so you're not the only one in the relationship?
I think that's a very interesting. I like that phrase, Lord of the Rings. I think it's so brilliant. I think the millennial generation, you come up with all kinds of phrases to define things. This is another one I'm going to add to my diary, to my collection of all your phrases. Now, I think it really depends on the personalities, and it also depends on the relationship.
Okay.
For instance, when you're saying that, you've been dating someone for so long. How long is so long? Depending on if you're a 21-year-old,
Okay.
and you're not a very mature 21-year-old.
Okay.
You're just your typical average 21-year-old.
Okay.
And you're in a relationship. For me, I believe that you're still so young. There's still so much of the world to see.
Okay.
There's still so much of the world to experience.
Okay.
Why do you want to tie yourself down at that age, at the age of 21? Whereas, so that's why I say it depends on the personalities of the
Okay.
people involved, because you find some 21-year-olds, they are so mature.
Okay.
I know of a 21-year-old woman who then goes into a relationship where there were already children, but she was that mature that she could, come into the relationship, look after the children, along with having her own relationship with her husband.
Yeah.
Do you understand? But there's some 21-year-olds, they're still very young women, They're still very young women. They're exploring the world. They're seeing what the world is all about. But if, for example, now you're in your 30s, you're in your 30s, the two individuals involved are in their 30s, they're going on to their 40s. That's not really a time you want to now start going into Lord of the Rings.
And another thing is,
I don't think so.
Yes.
It's not really because I think at that stage both
Yes.
parties are mature enough to know what they want. So I think it's really dependent on knowing what you want. Once you know what you want, why do you want to go into a Lord of the Rings relationship?
And another thing, you mentioned something about the age factor, about being
Yes.
young and not wanting to tie yourself up.
Yes.
But then again, there's also a case of, if you don't define the relationship, then it looks like an open relationship. So in the sense that, for instance, if you're with somebody, if both of you have not had this conversation about, what are we doing? Are we dating? You can possibly have a conversation on whether or not you're dating. You're not necessarily going to the area of marriage yet. You're just talking, okay, are we dating? Are we in this relationship? There's no one else. Because if you don't have those conversations, then
An
you can,
exclusive relationship.
Because
yes.
then if you come to the house tomorrow and see other females in the house, you don't have any right to panic
True.
or question him,
Yes.
or get mad at the ladies because
well,
you haven't defined your
Define the
relationship with him.
relationship.
But when you have defined that relationship, then there are boundaries.
Yes.
There are certain things he can't do. There are certain people that he can bring into the house, and there are certain people that cannot come into the house and sleep over. You cannot say oh, she's my best friend. That's another thing. I've told you, if I catch any lady saying she's your best friend, so what am I? I'm your housemate.
Yes.
So all those kind of
Yes.
nonsense. You now
Yes.
see you get married to. Why didn't you marry the best friend now?
Yes.
Because you have somebody you're getting married to, and then there's someone outside, and then you say, oh, that person is your best friend. She understands you. You confide in her. So why did you marry someone else?
Yes, the relationship then has to change, really, because but then it's not only with men, it's also with women.
Yeah.
Because women too have men that are their best friends, But once you get into an exclusive relationship,
Yes.
and you're married, do you understand?
Yeah.
Those other outside relationship have to be redefined.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
So now this brings me to my next question.
Yes.
How did you feel when Seji told you that we were getting married?
Relieved. I have to be honest, because you see, in his case, he had never actually brought anybody else home and said, this is the girl, that I'm dating.
Okay.
Let alone say that I'm going to marry. Do you understand?
Okay.
Yes. So there was that with your relationship. So for me, it was a bit, when you were dating, I really couldn't, I had to give myself boundaries. I had to give myself boundaries because I didn't know where it was going.
Okay.
Do you understand? You are the first person I could see that he was serious with. I'd never seen him really with anybody else. Do you understand? So to now, so I now see this woman that he seems to be very serious with, that is introduced him to, the close, family. But for me, it was still a case of me, I don't know. When people are asking me, oh, is that the, I said, me, I don't know. But once he said, this is the person, then I could open up.
Okay.
I could then say, oh, excellent. So what are we doing? But the situation, because, so, yes, that's it.
So that's
Yes.
very interesting.
Yes. How did you feel?
Because I was nervous because I was like, okay, I came here to work. What do mommy say now?
Which was exactly how I felt when I saw you guys dating. That was the day I said, hey, what are other parents, going to think, before you said you were going to get married, they were dating, and I'm like, this is somebody that's supposed to be under my care. And then, so those were the kind of thoughts. And I said, well, they are two consenting adults. I will deal with that bridge. I will cross that bridge when I get to it.
Okay.
Yes.
Anyways,
Yeah.
I've always wanted to ask these questions. So
Yes. Okay.
It's interesting that we get to know
No.
what you were thinking.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
So that's
Yes.
it. We'd like you guys to subscribe, like, give us your comments, ask your questions, tell us what you would like us to talk about in our next episode.
And let us know what happened when you were popped to the question, or you popped the question.
Yes, let us
Yes.
know. Right, Dio?
Oh, she was sleeping.